Hello, welcome to Cyberpunk is Dead, our actual play of Cyberpunk is Dead. We are currently in, I think, session 4 of these recorded games, and let's quickly go through who we, the players, are. I'm Petri, I'm the corporate or game master, and I'm also the writer of the game. Let's go in a sort of circular fashion. So, Andu?
I'm Andreas, RPG enthusiast. That's me.
Yep. Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm also an RPG enthusiast. Also write some stuff for Iron Spine Press, and I'm playing Nova 20, kind of the muscle of the group.
Yep. And Annina.
Hi, I'm Annina Kaski. I'm a actor and writer and also an RPG enthusiast. I'm not here under duress. I'm here willingly playing this game, and I'm playing the tech.
Wonderful. So, last time we left off with a sort of a cliffhanger where Nova was, walking towards a certain door in the residential areas near a nice lunch place they know. It's getting a bit late already. You had a late lunch, or maybe an like early dinner, or maybe even a late dinner with Bex, and you are now walking to the door. And can you first of all tell us what you look like and why you are walking towards this door?
So sort of a tall, lanky, kind of a basketball player build guy. Fairly fit though, not lanky in the sense of kind of like scrawny, but tall and trim. Sort of closely in the back and sort of a grey fringe in the front. Usually wears small round glasses and kind of a presence that you can see quite easily, usually. And he's walking towards the door of someone he dated and kind of in his mind still dates Sebastian. And he's just about to press the buzzer.
Yeah, it's an apartment building, so lots and lots of buzzers on the door. You have an intuitive feeling of where to put your finger. You've done this a dozen or so times before you got the key, so you know where to press. How long does it take for you to actually push the button?
I kind of go back and forth between sending a message, pushing the buzzer button. Should I just message? Is it going to be weird? Oh yeah, then okay. Then I just go ahead and after about 30 seconds of faffing about, press the button.
You get a response from the system that you've pressed the button, so whoever is on the other side will know that you're calling. It takes too long, way too long, probably like seconds or so. It's anguishing, and a familiar voice. Well, actually, you can hear it through your wire, because why make a loudspeaker when you can connect people through the wire? Yeah. What?
It's Cobra.
Hi.
I was just thinking. I don't shut me down just yet, but could we talk? Just a quick chat.
They pause. Okay.
Cool, thanks. Can you buzz me up?
Another long silence. And
Oh, we can go
the door-
somewhere. Okay, cool.
the door opens while you start saying that you can go somewhere. The door opens. It's a long corridor, concrete, hard gray, fluorescent lights up above. One of them is making that bzzz sound like they always do. No real sounds of living. You know that this is actually fairly well insulated. That you can't hear unless you're walking straight past the door of what's going inside. The walls are keeping the sound very well. So there is this eerie silence of like walking into an abandoned building when you walk in. Sebastian's dorm or apartment is on the first floor. Just need to go round a bit, so walking the empty hallways and past those identical metal doors. There is this feeling of there's no sunlight coming from anywhere, so there's this feeling of walking in an industrial complex instead of a actual building where people live. You turn the corner, you turn the other corner. Sebastian's door is the second on the left.
I kind of remember I never liked coming to Sebastian's because I have a poor sense of direction, and I feel like I'm going to get in this maze of corridors and to be frank, my apartmeister, I think. So I approached the door.
It's open, like there is this little gap between the wall and the door, or the door frame and the door, so you can just walk in.
I kind of I grab the door frame or the door handle and pull the door open, but do that kind of polite knock, kind of like, hello, I'm here.
Again, it takes just a tad too long to answer. Yeah, come in.
Oh, cool. Hi. All right. I close the door behind me and kind of like stand there waiting for an invitation to sit down or whatever.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about Sebastian, and the first thing I'm going to ask about him is what is that makes him like. Well, there is this saying that opposites attract. So what about him is like the polar opposite of you that makes him something that you like or even maybe love?
Probably he's extremely empathetic, something that I may not be anymore. Maybe I was at some point, but I've kind of lost that with the whole mercenary job. And he's an idealist, very empathetic, very, very much a people person, sees the good in everyone, that kind of thing. I've maybe become a little bit more cynical in that sense.
Yeah, he nods and points at the kitchen table. There's a couple of chairs and a couple of mugs there. Actually, more than a couple. It seems that he hasn't really been washing the dishes lately. Like, things have been piling up on the kitchen counter and now on the kitchen table.
Hey, okay, this is a weird start to a conversation, but everything okay? I kind of like eye the dishes.
Do you want something to drink? Coffee?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you
warm
have.
Yeah, cold, warm.
Whatever's convenient, cold's good.
Okay. He walks to the fridge and gets out a bottle of maybe carbonated water, the cheap sort, so nothing fancy, nothing expensive.
Right.
Of course, both of you, and sits down. No. I'm not okay. I'm absolutely not okay. How about you?
Do you mean like because of us or something else? Like, do you have something else going on?
Because of us, and because of you, he searches for the words. I waited for a while. I
when you
waited
say
for a long
waited.
while.
Yeah.
And I told you to come talk to me when you are ready. And it's been how long? Months?
Yeah, maybe. But you know how I get with track of time and look, me being ready is this is me ready. I'm here now.
Mm. Have you considered? Oh, no, it's not my place to accuse. So you're here now. How are you?
Work-wise, fine, I guess, but I wouldn't be here if something wasn't bothering me.
Do you remember work-wise, the reason that I told you to go away was because you were working. You were going on these ridiculous ops around the world.
What else am I supposed to do? Like, that's what work is now. It's
You could stay here and do what you love.
yeah, and what's going to pay the bills? Like us doing what we love? Is this a movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that you should that I'm the provider or whatever. But someone's gonna have to. You know.
I know. And he looks at the charging station, the plugs. You used to have one of those as part of your the spine, the spine implant you have when you had an earlier model. It's clunky. It's something that you have to plug yourself into every night, and it's expensive. And like you, he has a spine implant, just not as good as yours, not as top of the line, not one that can be charged while sleeping automatically.
I see you've still got the older model. How's it working out?
Yeah, I've been saving up.
I was thinking about that. Like, if you know, I mean, if you need, to let me know. mean, I'm not rolling in it, but
I think before we get to the point where I ask you of such things, we have some more talking to do.
yeah, I suppose.
I know that you do what you do because it pays the bills. I understand that, and I can respect your choices. I was hoping that you would have come and talked with me earlier, like a month ago, when I heard you have a new job.
Yeah, but well, they come and go. Like what's a new job? It's going to be a different employer next week, probably. Some terrorist's going to take this one out, and it's going to be the next corpo guy, and the next and the next. But you have to realize I'm detached from that. I compartmentalize it. It's not who I am. It's do. For now.
So, what do you want from me?
I just want. I want us to see if there's a way back to the way things were. If not, if you think that there's no chance in hell, then at least closure.
He smiles. Very, like, wide smile. No. I really wish you would, like, be a bit faster, you dum-dum.
Hey, look, you're the one who can, like, tell in a second what a person's thinking and react and empathize with others and so on. It takes a little while for me, okay? I need to be in a good place, the worst possible place, before I start to think about things.
Which are you in now?
I'm beginning to. I thought I was in a good place. I'm beginning to think it's the opposite.
Want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, like I said, I can compartmentalize quite well, so I'm in a good place. Personally, you sent me your key.
Yeah, I thought you weren't coming back.
That was kind of sudden for me. And yeah, I know you're going to say it was months, but
yeah, it was months, and okay. I said that, like, if you don't get your together.
Yeah, you did. I know.
That was sort of a clue to get your together.
Yeah, you are observant. I know. Not so much.
Yeah.
For me.
So, tell me about the new job, and let's cut to Requiem. Blah, I can't talk today. It's evening. At the moment you are in a fancy version of your own cubicle, one of the cubicle housing units of this Murha Corporation headquarters, in apartment of a certain Claire, who asked you to hack her security so she can get back home. After which she asked you to sign an NDA about who she was. So, a bit of a mixed bag, but at least you've met a neighbor and are having a conversation with them.
Yeah.
So
I think we're having wine.
yes,
I think that's where we left off.
yes, nice glass of wine that's been decanting for a bit too long now, probably because she's been locked out of her building or apartment, but still, nice wine. And she's, I think, at her third glass at the moment. Where are you?
Okay. I think I don't think she's that used to alcohol, so she's probably still on her first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's, well, if you're not used to alcohol, then the effects are as one could expect, a bit harsher than one would get if they're used to alcohol. But yeah, you're on your first, and she's on her third, and it shows. She's probably a more accustomed drinker than you, but still she's smiling and talking, and she's at that point where she's playing you her favorite song.
Okay.
You haven't really figured out anything about them yet, or her yet.
Yeah.
But like she's talking a lot and saying nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's literally the socially most awkward character. So
Yeah.
this would be a job for the face. Well, here we go. We move. We prosper. What would she say? She would.
If you're not like, probably not the like most snappiest of getting what you want socially. So let's put it this way: she's while she's talking a lot and saying nothing, she is asking a lot of questions, like in between, and just like trying to get to know you.
What kind of questions are they? Are they just benign questions, or
it's on the border. Like it's
okay.
like it could be nothing like really devious, but then again, they are like, she's asking, the questions that on their own they probably don't mean much, like,
but together
when you get enough answers about something, then like she's on her third glass, and she has been asking enough questions that if you have been sort of wishy-washy with your answer, she would know who your boss is, and probably what you're like, which floor Mikael works on.
Yeah. She's going to ask questions. How did you get locked out your flat, by the way? What happened?
I left my key card here. I was getting the wine ready, and I decided to go get some snacks, and I was locked out. The key card is there.
It's really nice wine. Where are you expecting company? Like, should I? Is someone coming over? Should I go?
No, not at all. I don't really know that many people here, so I was planning on wine, some snacks, and a movie. And she points at the wall where there is a space for some sort of projection screen.
Okay. Oh, it's really nice flat.
Thank you. Yeah. I a lot of my stuff is just stashed away, but this is the basic minimum of what I can like what I need to survive. And yeah, there's like very expensive stuff there. It's not and her saying
By
that this is what
basic, it's a lot of very expensive stuff.
yeah, it's a lot of very expensive stuff and a lot of stuff that you don't consider essential at all.
Yeah.
Like like some tool that you use to whisk away the bubbles from a champagne glass
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Except a lot more expensive than those would be.
Mhm.
But
Are you new in the building?
well, relatively new. I've been here a while now, and they still haven't moved me to the upper levels. So I'm here, and this is nice and cozy and away from everything. So it's nice and good, and allows me to do my job better without all the hustle and bustle of the socialite floors. You must understand.
Oh, I definitely understand. I mean, if I could do my job from my flat, I'd be very happy.
Oh, you
Very
just
happy indeed.
need to make a few adjustments, and it's easy. Let me show you. And she just like opens up few like boxes and stuff, and
Mhm.
basically there's this hologram effect on your wire that makes the place look like she's in some sort of a like like glass office while she's standing there. See, I'm in perfect office mode in an office building. I really don't have to leave this place at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I can just remote work from
That'd
here,
be perfect.
and everyone thinks I'm wherever, be it Dubai or Singapore or wherever. And as she mentions the cities, you can see the backdrop of the like illusion change. If you were, yeah,
Dubai and Singapore, do they ring any bells? Does that mean, like, do I know what those mean? I might just like
yeah,
places I've heard of.
yeah. Let's actually just get a general luck roll. Give me 3D 12 and give the middle one. This is just a general luck.
4.
Yeah, 4 probably means that they do ring a bell in the way that they are major cities with Murha like presence,
Okay.
but also you have this nagging feeling that someone someplace mentioned those two in like there's a negative connotation, but you don't know why.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe something to look up at some point.
Yeah, something to look up.
So, have you been working for Murha for long?
No, not that long. Sort of headhunted pretty recently.
No. Do you like it here?
The pay rise is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's really stressful.
Oh yes,
But
yes,
I guess
yes,
that
it is.
comes with the territory. So yeah, I guess it's an adjustment. How about you?
Oh, I've been working for Murha for now probably around 50 years. She looks about 40.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
You must get that a lot.
I don't really tell anyone that, but since we're friends and all.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice.
She
Yeah, people think I'm younger than I am as
pours
well.
yeah, she pours yet another glass. I think
Okay.
you're calculating something like fifth, and she's downing them
Okay.
like
Oh. Yeah.
so.
I think she would finish up her glass like now.
Yeah.
Just so it just to be like okay, I'm now just to make sure she's drinking and not just standing there with the dregs of a wine glass.
Yeah, you were saying about your age.
Yeah, people think I'm a lot younger than I am as well.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Have you had any work done, or are you natural? Like,
Nah, I mean the hair, just that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, everything.
Green hair is not really, but face, yeah. I guess
everything
Thanks,
about
Mom.
me. Everything about me is like this. This is not skin. This is plastic, and it doesn't show.
It's an incredible job. It doesn't at all. Incredible.
Yep, I'm really happy with it, and that's where my paychecks go. But eternal youth. What can you say?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
If I look half as good as you, then yeah.
Oh, you do, dear. You do, dear.
So do you move around a lot with your job?
Yeah.
Way
too much.
Around?
Yeah, way too much. I think my job is moving from one problem to the other, and then fixing them, making sure that everything is okay, and then moving on.
I mean, I know you can't say, but what's the problem?
Can't say.
Yeah.
But it's not you. That much I can say. It's not you.
Thanks. I guess I kind of deal with computer problems.
I deal with people problems.
As a living. Yeah. I gathered.
Yes, but as I said, you're not a problem. If I hadn't seen the what should I call it these days? The keyboard was what we used to call them, but the hackboard.
Yeah.
Hackboard. Yeah. If I hadn't seen that, I probably wouldn't have known to come and ask for your help. But I saw it and I knew to come to you. So here we are.
Question.
Yes.
Does that match what she said earlier? Or did she, because my memory is that she said, a neighbor said that I worked in tech. So I just want to...
It's not matching up. There's like constant little details that don't add up. It's like she's lying at each and every sentence she's saying.
Yeah.
And
I'm just checking that was in game and not just from
Yeah, it's
human, that is on purpose.
Yeah. She's lying or just like coming up with stuff on the fly. She seems happy.
Genuinely happy, or that forced smile?
Genuinely happy.
Wrong, happy. Okay, that's good.
But not at all tipsy.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She's drinking a lot, but not...
Requiem pours another glass of wine because this just got intense.
Yeah. She's just happy.
Got intense. So she's gonna have some more wine.
Yep.
Because this got intense once she
realize it.
realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you realize that wasn't what you said earlier, but I'm not going to bring it up.
Yeah. Let's cut to Bravo for a bit. So you received the notification about a potential threat, and you've been practicing your new ears at home. The house is getting quiet. The young ones are already asleep, which means that the older persons have moved outside or are quiet themselves doing something that makes not that much noise so that the kids can sleep. There is this almost soft pillow of sound that comes from sleeping people that you can now hear encompass the whole building, or at least the whole apartment. What do you do?
After having tried out the new capabilities in his little shed,
Yeah.
where he turned off his eyes for a moment just to see, he feels like he could try out to how he'd just move around with sound and just process everything through it.
Yeah.
And turning off lights and his eyes. So he opens his little door and closes and locks it like he always does.
And you walk into the hall and turn off your eyes. The feeling is weird. You are not seeing anything, as one could expect when you turn off your eyes, but still you are sensing the space around you. It's not as clear a sense as it would when you're looking at something and can focus, but you get the dimensions and distances of like just from your breathing alone, you can sort of sense how far away the walls are.
Like when he walks past the door opening, he hears how the sound changes from that side when there's like
Yep.
distance becomes larger there.
Yeah, the software installed in your ears does a lot of the work, so it's not so much a learning process of what can I hear, but a learning process of like getting all that data and figuring out how to use it. So you have this innate sense of your surroundings, of like if a door opens, you hear the air moving, you hear the space shifting, and you have a sense of the new space, at least to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really know how you have this sense. You just it's there. It's directly uploaded to a wire, so you can understand and process it.
If he touches the wall or something, can he like hear or feel the difference in material, or like is it hollow? Is this a solid wall that's 3 meters thick? That kind of things.
Not perfectly. You can hear, like, especially with things that are not completely solid, like wood or anything that when you knock on it or something, you can get a response. But from a solid concrete wall, You just know that there's a solid wall there. You don't really get the dimensions or that sort of stuff
Okay,
from
but
the wall.
if something is a concrete wall, I guess he could like recognize a difference between is it 10 centimeters or is it just very thick?
Probably like
some kind of ballpark.
Yeah, you could probably get an idea if it's not so thick wall or something like bigger, but no idea if it's like 1 meter or 1.5 meter or such. It's that point it's solid, but for the what's the opposite of thick? Thin. Yeah, thin walls.
Yeah.
It's easy to just like, okay, that this is probably something like 10 centimeters or 15 centimeters. But the thicker it gets, the harder that gets because it's not really what the ears are meant to do, but it's something that you gain from those.
Yeah. He presses his ear against the wall. How does the direct contact change when he knocks? Does it? You said he heard how the swaying and breathing of the
house,
building felt earlier. Is it more intense now, or does it change?
It's a weird sensation. It's like putting your head underwater and hearing people talking, walking just above the water surface. As you press your ear against the wall, you sort of hear everything in the building that bounces from that or resonates with that wall at once. It's hard to make out individual sounds, but probably with like bit of time, bit of training, you could use this to eavesdrop on your neighbors.
Hear the water pipes, the wiring humming, that sort of thing. He follows the wall and like just hears the changes in.
Yep. It's really weird. It's beautiful, but it's weird. It's something that you've never heard before. It's something that you haven't been able to hear before. There are frequencies that have been blocked from you and connections about sounds that you as a mere human can't make.
Part of the nostalgia of some of those sounds you hear as a kid, but then also all the new, like, or maybe more overwhelmed by all the things he never heard.
Yes.
Yeah. Mix of both.
Yeah. I'm going to return to these in a bit, but let's move to the next morning. And the meeting was at 8, but Bravo said to meet before the meeting, just to get your bearings. The meeting room 8 on floor 65 is reserved for you for the whole day, so it's easy to go there and get started before the day actual. Is Bravo the first person there?
Likely.
Oh, Requiem's gonna get there like a minute before, like right on time. Energy drink in hand, sunglasses, just not looking like she didn't sleep at all.
It would probably take a couple of minutes for Nova to arrive. He's usually on time, but maybe whatever conversation carried on last evening, maybe carried on late into the night or something. He arrives a couple of minutes late. Also, kind of like he has this attitude on his face of like, this isn't going to show up on time anyway, so why should I? He kind of just like walks in like, hey,
So
how's it going?
late for the meeting or late for the time Bravo proposed?
Oh, the meeting, I suppose.
Okay, right.
So you're not showing up for the pre-meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would assume that it's kind of like that's how the evening went.
Yep. So Nova is not showing up. Requiem is showing up for the
Yeah.
pre-meeting. Yeah.
Bang on. Yeah, bang on. Like a minute before the time.
Yep. So it doesn't seem to be so that Nova is here, at least just yet. So it's just the two of you.
I got some upgrades, and I thought it could be good to see how it looks on your end if I send over some.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. What did you get?
You'll see.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
see.
Okay.
Or rather, you won't see, to be precise. He goes and listens, puts his ear against the wall, and then knocks, and then with the wire he sends over some of the sounds, specifically something to that helps to get an dimensions of the wall and like about the pipes and the humming of the wires and that kind of. How does that kind of thing propagate over?
Let's actually roll that. Can you, Bravo, give me just a general luck roll for so 3d12 and the middle one.
So, I was alert at the end of last.
How are you now? What's your state?
I'd say I'm prepared.
Yeah. Okay. Just get
Because
yourself prepared and roll with that.
That's a 5.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that the implants are transmitting very well. So Requiem, you get a nice amount of, like, surprising amount of environmental data from what appears to be sound, and like, given enough time, you could probably isolate a lot of details from this data. So this is good. Combined with the fact
This is
that
cool. Yeah.
Combined with the fact that Bravo already had the eye implants which transmit like everything visible, you yourselves have a nice spy drone here.
Yeah. She's going to be really excited by this. This is cool. She's going to be like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest potential you see here in this kind of thing? I've figured there is a multitude of applications, but I mean, you're the brain, so you tell me what kind of things could be good to listen to, like depending on the situation.
I mean, you could, depending how much power it has, you could be in the room next door and hear what other people are saying.
Yeah, I mean that's the obvious one. But one of the things I think with like my vision obviously can see outside the visible spectrum, but with sound it kind of extends to being like easier to know the materials and parts or like if electricity is on or something, those kind of things.
How good is the implant? Like, could he do some form of echolocation even? Or can he hear heartbeats from like...
Well,
How far?
the model name is Batsonar 3K38,
I
so it's in the
yeah.
direction. But it's one of those premium feature where it's like I'm turning it on for
Yeah.
a shorter amount of time, but it's
Yeah.
like.
Oh yeah.
But let's put it this way: I hear the building breathing. Yeah, that's how it is.
That is cool. That is very cool. Are you gonna go let the big boss know? Because you're gonna get a lot more work.
Oh no. But on the other hand, the fact that I hear much more means also at times it could be smart to just not hear as much because I can hear things I don't want to hear. But
Yep.
hey. Oh, but this should also make it I can like not get I won't get deaf if I get into shooting mats in a tunnel or something. Like no eardrums. And I shouldn't I've calibrated the parameters so that I shouldn't be incapacitated by a flashbang. Like if it goes above the threshold, it just cuts off active noise cancellation above things and those kind of things.
That's really cool. While we're waiting
Yep.
for Nova or the boss, can I do a bit of a search? Because there's Dubai/Singapore in mind. So can I have a bit of a
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll. And the question is, what is your state? How are you at the
I mean,
moment?
before last session, I ended on prepared, but I think we would have gone back to relaxed.
Sounds good.
I mean, she's barely awake.
Yeah, relaxed sounds good. Update the character sheet, and that means roll 3 and give me the lowest. This is not yet a mission roll, so it's just a general fortune roll.
Yeah, you cut her for a second, so roll 3 and pick the lowest.
Yeah.
4.
4? Yeah. That would be. Let's see. What's the actual term I'm using in this? But
What's the term in
basically
your
with a
own game?
cost. Basically with a cost or limited or something to that. There's the file. What term did I use? This is always fun. Like people who make role-playing games are worse players of their games than those who just play them, because I have a million versions of this in my mind compared to just the one on the paper. Failure, partial success, or success with a cost. I think this would be a partial success, and Dubai and Singapore are both sites that went through a massive rearrangement of top brass, basically. Lots of executives got fired and or executed.
Actually executed.
Actually executed. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, technically not, but if you have implants,
if you turn the implants off.
Yeah, if you have implants that basically make you alive, and the company cuts you off, then you are pretty much as good as dead after you've spent all your personal cash.
Money.
So it's a slow death sentence.
Do I find out why they were fired, or just it's been
I think the partial success is that you get that much. You don't get the details. It's like the public information is that there were restructuring of the organization and everything is better than ever.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
with like internal data shows that there was like a lot of big changes,
Okay.
a lot of drastic changes. A lot of people got sacked. A lot of people who shouldn't have
Yeah.
gotten sacked got sacked.
Yep. And yeah, I'm putting two and two together, and that our friend Claire might be. She's the HR person you send in to fire everyone. Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's what she's
And
realized.
yeah, it's at least looking a lot like that. Nova, you get to the meeting at the last moment, and as with the others, I'm asking you the same question. How are you feeling? What's your state? Are you relaxed, prepared,
Actually,
alert?
Yeah, I would have started relaxed, but I think I'm probably prepared because I know that I'm late and I can arrive with this. I freeze and then I look at you guys like, oh shit, I forgot we were supposed to meet before. And then I kind of do the apologetic gesture and just find a seat somewhere and I'd be prepared because of that.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, lucky for you, or at least for Bravo, Mikael is late as usual. So you have a moment to talk amongst yourself before your boss arrives.
Hey, sorry, completely blanked. Slept too late.
Yeah, no, don't be. I mean, it's me who was unreasonable and tried to like get us together before. Like, I mean, what's am I calling the thoughts? No, I'm not. It's like I just felt like this.
Oh, you say that now? I got 3 hours of sleep.
So like he was unreasonable and actually
I mean,
thought
hey,
ahead.
we did run a check with the analog, so that's something. That's
Okay.
that was like my primary thing. Running checks. Oh yeah, beyond Nova, I got the bats on a 3K338 now.
Oh, nice.
So now we can have pretty even more accurate data we can send each other. So
Wow, cool. I saw an ad for one of the little above my pay grade, but nice.
yeah. Oh, actually, the one more thing. Sorry, I raged at you too at the end of the last other mission. I shouldn't have. I mean, the mission went perfect. I was just having my personal thing. So just don't read too much into it. You did absolutely perfect, and it was just all in my head. So
Oh, that's cool.
just so you know, I'll try to not be as on edge in the future.
Yeah. As typical, Mikael isn't. he isn't the like most morning person ever. So once again, you get a video call to the conference room of Mikael in his bathrobe. Perfect skin, perfect teeth, clearly filtered. Like this is something your wires are seeing. He's projecting a filter on himself as usual. So, hello. It seems that we have ourselves. What was it? A credible security threat.
Yeah.
Should I be worried?
From what I read, to a degree, yes.
Oh,
how's your? You did up your like security since the thing that went on before I joined the team, right?
Yes. The assassination attempt, and like I said, I fired most of my team, and hired the three of you, and yes. So I know at least that none of the people who were conspiring against me are doing so now.
Wait, you don't have any extras? Like
I have you. You are the extras.
We are the only. Okay,
you are my security team.
Where do you live? Yeah. Okay, so you live here in the tower, right?
Yes. I think you are something like 20 floors below me.
Okay, right. How is the like? How many levels of security is it to get to your floor? Is it? I assume it gets progressively more to get someone clearance to get your level.
I'll explain as the corporate, not Mikael. Just the basics. Basically, anything above floor 75 is something that you don't really have to worry about the security there. Like as long as he is here in his home or at the office, he is most likely safe. So it's not a problem.
So he's more safe at home than
oh yes
this meeting room. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of why. Okay, right.
Yeah, you are in a meeting room that is sort of in the. This is a place where you can bring clients and people to negotiate with too, and have your underlings deal with them if you don't want to deal with them yourselves. But anything above the floor 75 is, it's corporate heaven. It's what each and every one of you might have dreamed of, and probably where Claire should be by all like indications.
Is this call safe? Like, is it just between us and Mikael, or is it like?
You do a quick check, and it is you can make it safe. It's not totally secure and like it would require you to just like tweak the settings a bit, but you can make it like secure.
I will tweak the settings. I want it to be just us and Mikael.
No need to roll for that. That's you are now completely safe.
Okay, fantastic. Sir,
right.
She doesn't know how to address him, so she's like, "Sir, do you know of a Claire who works for the company? She travels a lot, really high up, and then she'll do like a description of what she looked like."
Mikael shakes his head and says, no, doesn't ring a bell. Bravo, he's lying. Like your like sensors just indicate a few micro expressions that the guy is lying through his teeth. Sadly, Requiem isn't the socially most but no, doesn't ring a bell.
No, just because she moved in onto my floor, and that's weird. Why would she be with the text?
We don't care about coincidences here.
No.
What was the analysis on the? Okay, fair enough.
Rude. She asked me to unlock her door last night, and let's just say what she was talking about didn't really. It was inconsistent. And apparently she was talking about a person being a threat.
Interesting. Maybe something that you should follow up on. I think. Yes.
And then she kind of has that, like, yeah, see?
Okay.
Because why would why would a corporate bigwig be with the text?
Interesting.
Also, she seemed to know about me before we met.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's.
Yeah.
What was the reason you helped? Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, this is.
I mean, I knocked her door because I thought she was a person, she was a neighbor who needed it. I figured out the last bit after she invited me in.
Okay. Did you have the analysis on the? Did you run any analysis on the data dump we got? Did you see any like summaries? Like I did try to read something about it last evening, but it was like
She does it now. She'll like do a couple of taps and do it now.
Yeah, give me this is actually let's go into the mission proper now. So give me a roll. You are relaxed. So roll 3, give me the lowest. Situation is clear, there's not much to lose here.
6.
6 is that would be a success. So you run a basic analysis, and it's a massive info dump. It's like the 5 pages was a short summary. The actual data is like databases of relevant information. So it's like, okay, this is going to take a while, but you run some basic, like the summary gives you good starting points, and you run a few algorithms through it to get some indication, and it would seem that the algorithm has like picked up several potential threat points, and because there has been like several different things that are suspicious, it's moved the ranking of the threat to a higher level. So it's basically saying that there's a lot of these small things that are adding up, and something is wrong. I think the thing that you pick up with the first analysis is that there is a lot of talk about the specific model of spinal implants that Mikael has, and how those could be used to extract information from the user. So that particular lead would point to corporate espionage. Someone wanting to get something that Mikael knows. That plus the fact that someone actually wanted to get his spine earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'll obviously share all this, or it'll come up on
Mr. Starr,
a hologram.
I know this is personal medical information, but I think it would be beneficial for threat analysis. could you give us information on what implants you are running? Or at least an abbreviated list. I mean, we are doing cross-analysis and such. We are still under NDA and all that, so, I mean...
He gives you a list. And oh boy, he's running a lot. He's replaced a lot of himself with Chrome and Nova, the thing that instantly catches your attention. You didn't really pick up on this as people, the Requiem and Bravo, and they were just talking about the particular implant that he has, but it's a Yoshida Cybernetic Atlas 5 Alpha. It's the exact same model as you. So it's an excellent strength stamina booster. Basically allows you to work and be a lot stronger than you would normally be. But also it apparently stores, it has a secondary backup of pretty much everything you know, according to this. So your spine knows what you're doing. It looks like you noticed that particular name there.
I would probably pipe up at that point, and if he's going through the list of items and I notice it, I'd say, well, would there be any... I'm insecure because I'm not the brain guy of this group, and I'm kind of just trying to throw something in there. What if we kind of make it seem like I'm Mr. Star and my spine is maybe we switch whatever the equivalent of an IP address is so that it shows my spine, and we could maybe lure we could attract the people behind trying to get his spine. We could set up an ambush.
Yeah, that's a really good plan. But can you take them all down, the two of you? Because I'm not really a gun person.
I'm thinking if we can get a bunch of security and 45.
Yeah, which I can do that in my sleep. It's just
it's just an idea, just something.
The rest of it.
You kind of see him still wiping his eyes, kind of still trying to wake up. Just an idea.
So I think it's pretty
good
idea.
That's something out of ordinary indeed. That would be a interesting one.
That would a body double. Yes, that sounds. How well can you handle yourself in public situations then?
Mr. Star, you mean me?
Yes, yes, you.
How do you mean? Am I good at?
Well,
bits,
handshaky bits and the sort.
Are we actually doing a full cosmetic overhaul?
Well,
I mean, we can probably, if there's budget in the mission, we could probably do a filter.
I suppose I could be coached, media trained. Well, I have a bit of experience on camera, but yeah, I suppose, yeah.
That sounds good. Is there anything else you need from me?
Anything else you want us to do, sir?
Keep me safe, and train Nova to be my double in all those boring situations.
Oh yeah, actually, one question. The specific model, I hope you only charge it at, right?
Yes, during
Okay,
sleep.
so no charging at events or away or
Yeah.
such things. No, not even travels. Have you traveled like been like further away? When was the last time you needed to charge it? Like when you weren't at your own home?
Oh,
Is that
a
like
few
a
weeks
month ago
ago,
or
a couple
a
of
few
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago?
Yeah, couple of weeks, I
Okay.
think. But I have.
Sir,
Yeah.
quick question. I was wondering, who do we ask about sort of and your about details about you, sort of, so we can imitate them? Or I can.
Okay, I can probably find some video files of,
Okay.
I assume there
conferences,
are
as long as I
enough
get clearance.
internal meetings recorded that we can.
Okay,
run.
so just do that kind of. Never mind.
Well, you have your answer. I knew I hired you all for a reason. Oh yes. Speaking of hires and reasons, and yeah, this and they fling file to you, which is basically aids the old aid, their release form from hospital. He has gone off the grid. You should probably know.
That's probably our security threat right there.
Yeah,
that's
I
definitely
thought so.
one.
So yeah, if nothing else,
Oh.
I'll go.
Would you like to say where were you? What was the place you visited where you
Where did
charged off base? You said it was a few weeks ago. Do you want to disclose the location where you were?
At the Murha offices in Bangkok, I think, or some place down there.
Okay.
Requiem makes note.
Yeah. Thank you, and especially Nova. Thank you for taking your time to giving your life for me. Thank you. And
Zip.
you have download in your wire a filter. Putting it on makes you look exactly like Mikael. Well, exactly like him. It's a filter, so like who knows what he actually looks like, but he always wears that filter, so it's easy to look like Mikael, except you're a bit taller and lankier than he is. But
yeah, I maybe kind of try to just make myself a little bit smaller, and crouch a little bit. And am I in a bathrobe?
No, you're wearing what you're wearing. It's just a facial filter.
Yeah, it's just a facial. Yeah. Okay,
we'll need to get you a suit. That's very unnerving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's weird. It's kind of got that weird deep fake kind of thing going.
Yeah, definitely. So
speaking of unnerving, one for Bravo, just a quick one. Now that you're in the same room with Nova, who is wearing a filter, it is unnerving how well the filter translates to you. It's like the program that your eyes and your ears are using are just eating it up. They think it's real. Like, it's unnerving because you know that what you're seeing is fake, but like your eyes are interpreting.
Everything is overridden from.
Yeah,
and that's unnerving.
So it looks more real.
Yes.
There through implants than it does from someone without implants.
Yeah.
Oh, that is unnerving. That's like uncanny valley 0.2.
Yeah, because everything you see already goes through like it's already digital, so adding a digital layer on that is so much easier than converting an analog signal and adding it to there. So it's like, whereas Requiem, you know this is like Nova underneath there, and you know that there is something that is underneath. For Bravo, this just looks exactly like Mikhail.
Did Mr. Star already leave the meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, he was definitely aware of this person you spoke about.
Claire. Yep. Oh well, thanks for letting me know. And interestingly, she mentioned she'd been to Dubai and Singapore, so she could have been in, Bangkok, maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's in the region.
Yeah. I mean, she was talking about travel generally, but I mean, she kept saying I wasn't, the threat, but that there was a threat, a person. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be careful.
I'm starting 3 clocks for the mission.
Great. Oh my god.
The first one is
Anxiety.
the former aid. The 8. And it's a 4-segment clock. It's a threat, but it's a sort of a minor threat. It's sort of easily taken care of. It's only 4 segments, so ticking it doesn't take much time. Then there is the espionage angle, the corporate espionage, and that is an 8-segment clock. Dealing with it takes 8 segments. And then there is the internal threats, which is also an 8-segment clock. These are the 3 angles you are aware of.
Oh, okay. So are the ones that are 8? Which one's gonna go the fastest?
These are things that are going, these are how much effort it takes for you to get rid of them. So the smaller, the better for you. So if you want to get rid of the former aid, it will take you 4 segments.
Well, yeah.
If you want to get rid of the espionage angle, it'll take 8 segments, and getting to those segments will require you to have some sort of an angle. In all these cases, you just can't roll a die and make the segments go away. You have to have something to just start dealing with that. And the same goes for the internal. It takes 8 segments for that one to go away. And I am saying it just for the sake of clarity. The actual threat here might be all of these, none of these, or some combination thereof. These are just like how long it takes for you to get through this and solve these.
Yeah, solve each one. Okay.
Yeah. And there might be new ones if you find out further down the line that there are other threats, or if something changes, these might change as well. But at the moment, there are 3 clocks on the table. And just let's see if I can... something like this. Just like on the piece of paper. Yeah. So the question is, what do you want to do?
Well, Requiem's gonna look at this file from the former aid.
Yep.
If they're gone, if they're off the grid, then that seems a good place to start. She's going to scan the file, see if there's anything there that has hints to where he might be.
Yep.
Yeah, like his old personal file and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Where was his last sighting? Whatever.
Yep, you start doing that. What are Bravo's and Nova's plans?
Hmm.
What you want to do?
Well, Nova would probably be researching Mr. Star as much as he could, just kind of like finding out where he goes, how he acts, how he speaks in public versus with us, and so on.
Yeah, Bravo would definitely assist him with these things, and also try to look at the Mr. Star's presentations and things, and to help Nova get some of these like small things that like add up. Like if he focuses on the big strokes, and then Bravo tries to help out, like, hey, this is like one of those things you can do every now and then. This is like his kind of how he moves. Remember to say no cap too often. That's like that's those real grandpa speak these days.
Okay. No cap. No cap. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. Does
As
he?
my grandpa used to say.
Does Mr. Star seem very different in public than he does with us? Like, is he much more energetic or charismatic?
How should I put this? Actually, let's have you roll, because this is something that is actually quite interesting. So this you are prepared. So the middle one and Bravo is helping. So
Yep.
take Bravo take one stress from helping, and Nova roll with advantage. So four dice, take the two middle ones and choose the better.
Right. Oh, that's a 1, 3, 3, 3. So the 2 3s.
Yeah, that would be that would be a failure. Your options on a failure are the action fails, or you keep on trying, but either the situation is now standard, so there is a possibility of some sort of harm coming your way, or your state is now one higher, so basically you're going to alert. Or you can spend, if it fits, you can spend your cyberware to make this a success. Basically, in this case, you could theoretically utilize your spine somehow.
Yeah, I would probably use the spine. I'm thinking like I could maybe with a Bravo's help download some kind of like bio profile of Mr. Star, kind of like maybe it's got a log of how he walks, like his gait and his posture.
Yeah,
and
simulation
that kind of
those sounds. So that could help out a lot with your like
just like
offload some
of
those micro things to be automatic. Switch out your own minor habits.
And that makes it a success. And the success here is actually a bit more interesting, because when you download that, you actually download. It's not so much a personality profile of Mr. Star, but like the software that he is using. So he is altering his like posture and everything through his spine. So it's you're not so much mimicking him, but using the same stuff that he's using. So the more you research into him, the like more fake the person feels. Like every detail you find about him is something that you can download from somewhere, basically. Like
it's like, oh, it's a la carte Mr. Star.
Yeah.
From a can.
Yeah. And that's like, it's interesting, it's unnerving to feel so different when your spine adjusts to just a bit different posture, and like your muscles are tense in the wrong places, but your body still forces a certain way of standing, and you look a bit shorter. You are actually a bit shorter. The spine compresses a bit, and it's uncanny. It's uncanny. Nova looks pretty much like a poorly dressed Mr. Star.
Okay.
Mr. You're much shorter in person than I thought. And I suggest we get you a new set of clothes. You have those filters, but there is the tactile, like going old school and analog.
Analog, yeah.
There is all analog. There is always it always gives the last touch.
And yeah, my granddad used to. What did he call it? He called it a drip. I think it was drip. Yeah, just get me some new drip.
Mm.
Yeah. As you adjust your posture and your whole of who you are, let's go back a bit to the previous night's conversation, just to get some context here. You're sitting on the sofa at the moment. So the book thing sounds good. The video with what was it? Blue?
Yeah, the blue letter.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, blue letter. Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds more like your alley than doing assassinations and violent coups.
Hey, assassinations. Like it's security work, right? Sometimes people get hurt. It's the nature of the beast. But I'm not exactly like an agent or hitman. Like,
yeah, I know, but still, it's hard to not joke like that when you stop every time you get to a point where there are lives at stake. You never tell me any of the things that happen after.
there might be a reason for that.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I joke, and that's why I worry.
Yeah, I know. It's partially because I don't want you to. Well, okay, maybe it's a little paradoxical. I don't want you to worry, but then I make you worry by not telling you. That's why I don't tell you, because I don't think you need that in your life. It gets messy sometimes, and I don't think. Who's it going to help if I tell you who gets hurt and how? Like, do you really want to know?
It's when you don't tell me things, it's me who gets hurt, and it's clear how. You're compartmentalizing. You're shutting parts of yourself out. I just want to love the whole man, not just cupboard there or a gym locker here.
I know. But well, I've been kind of like, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was that maybe just a couple of these jobs, and if the stream, the talk show with Blue Letter goes well, that might open some doors, and I might be able to ditch the Merc business. the security stuff. What do you think about that?
I know it makes you happy to talk about books and like literature and the things you love. I know that it doesn't make you happy when you don't talk about your work. At this point, there is a small indicator in your wire that there is a randomized eavesdropping going on there. They're just checking on you if you're saying anything. The past few minutes maybe of conversation have been analyzed and cleared. Nothing suspicious has been said, so it's been deleted from the databases. Thank you for your cooperation. That's just a small message that plays through your head.
My eyes glaze over for just a minute. Sorry, you were saying?
You should do what you love. Really. Like,
yeah, but I'd prefer if you were there too.
Well, I'm not much of a streamer.
No. I mean, like in my life, just in general. You can come to stream. They like people love couple stuff. It's kind of like having a cat in the shop. It's just instant views.
Yeah. Well, if your stream goes viral and stuff, I can be your cat.
Cool. I'm going to tell Jonesy there's a competition.
I don't think I could win that one, but maybe we can like shares, like something
be
like
cat
that.
daddies together. Yeah.
And how are you feeling? As I'm asking ex corporate, not.
Yeah.
How does this conversation make you feel?
At this point, I think I'd probably be more positive than in several weeks. I'm kind of like, I think this is going well. Maybe delusionally so. Like maybe Sebastian isn't as quite like, yeah, things are going to be fine as I am. But I'm like, I showed up, I talked. This is the way forward, and it's going to go up. Like it's going to go well from here on out. Maybe a little naively.
Yeah. In the present day, you are changing completely who you are into some other person for your job. Some people might see some friction from what we were talking about yesterday. Requiem, you are searching for information on the aid.
Yep.
So you are currently relaxed. Still, the situation is clear. Nothing to worry about. Give me a roll. It's a 3D 12. Actually, make that a 4D 12. You have advantage in this situation from the sheer fact that the corporation keeps damn good tabs on people. So, yeah. Two lowest, pick the
and the lowest.
Two lowest, and pick the better one, the bigger one probably.
Well, the two lowest are 7 and a 9.
Well, 7 is the best result out of that. It's a success. So yeah. And the two lowest are those. Damn, what do you roll?
I know I'm rolling really well today, for once.
No.
The first session we did, I was rolling awfully.
Yeah. Let's see. The clock success, add 1 tick to the target clock. So that would be a 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. Woo!
And you go through this person's life and history and everything. You can ask me questions. I'll answer them. And if you don't hit anything interesting, I'll tell you something interesting afterwards.
Okay. Was there, before he went off the grid, any suspicious activity? Was he flagged in any way by the corporation?
He was flagged. I think there. There is a note that he is in possession of a sidearm, a gun
Okay.
that needs to be returned to the corporation. Property of the corporation that he hasn't returned yet, and that he has like 2 weeks to return that.
2 weeks.
Yeah, probably some sort of standard time. Nothing special about that, but like
Yeah. What happens to people if they don't return these things?
they probably they are well. Usually, someone comes to collect, and they start losing their benefits before that even, so it gets really hard to get on with your life. But then again, it would seem that he has actually cut off most of those sort of lifelines to the corporation, so he hasn't been using the corporate like money or anything, or and has cancelled all his subscriptions, including the corporate cyberware, which has been removed.
Interesting.
So he has preemptively cut off the parachute already.
Yes.
So there is.
The gun is the only thing that he is sort of owing the corporation.
What cyberware did he have?
He had
We know.
optics, so eyewear, right arm, and some internal organs.
And he's removed the internal
the corporate provided ones, and probably both like personal ones, which are most likely horrible in their quality.
Yeah. I mean, how do we know he's not dead if he doesn't have internal organs anymore?
He was discharged from hospital and walked away from there.
Oh, he's discharged.
Yep.
Okay.
And after that, no sign of him. He's currently things that you find out. He is currently wearing a quite bulky cyberware. His right arm is one of those like clearly robotic ones, and like in his abdomen there is this box. So he's not really a like you'll notice him when you see him. Yeah. And his eye is clearly cybernetic, like a lens on the eye.
Yeah, they now look like old and cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you can get on personal markets.
Does the gun have any tracking on it? Because the gun's missing. Does the gun have any location on it? Any chip? Any?
Yeah, it has to have one. You can
trace the gun.
You have the sector. It's in one of the middle areas, the rundown area, slums, basically, at the moment.
But I don't get a.
You can get a
clear.
Yeah, you can, like, if you go there, you can get a like pinpoint accuracy at this level. It's just like over there.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll point this out that we can find the gun, and I'm guessing the gun is still with the person.
Yep.
Unless he decided to sell the gun, and it's more beneficial to sell the gun and get the money from it than keeping it. I mean, you said he canceled everything else, so there's almost a reason he kept the gun. Either he doesn't have the money to get himself a cheap gun, or then he's like deciding to sell it off, and the difference is better than whatever.
if we can find the location of the gun, we can talk. If it has been sold, we can talk to the person who.
Oh,
bought
yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely. Either way, finding the gun gets us closer, regardless of what scenario have occurred.
Who's up for a trip right now?
Sure.
And one note here for Nova's impersonation. I'm ticking 2 segments off the espionage clock.
Cool.
So one for the success and one for the fact that you used your cyberware for that. It brings you closer to solving that because it has to do with the spine.
Mm.
Yep. So, do you want to head to now almost familiar areas of the middle of the city? The line that goes from the coast to deep inland, where the other end of the city rises tall, and in the middle it's not so much anything.
Unless there's something else we want to do before we go, but I kind of want to chase this aid.
Yeah, as ASAP. Nova, how quick is it for you to get comfortable when changing modes between being Mike or yourself? Like if we go check out the gun stuff and then before or afterwards get yourself some clothes to match the face.
I mean, a couple of minutes. It kind of feels like, when you have pins and needles or you like goes to sleep or something. It takes a while to get the feeling back.
So in a pinch, you could like in minutes, like
Couple of
switch
minutes
between.
Yeah, 2 to 5 maybe.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I since we could go for the a bit repo for that.
Public transportation or get a car?
Can we get a company car? Is probably really obvious.
Yeah, and well, basically any car is a flying car that is corporate, so it's obvious if you take a car. It's not that obvious if you take the public transportation, but it's not as fun. It's stinky and like cramped. What do you want to do?
Well,
Let's spring for the car, I think.
Yep, company car it is. So off the 65th floor, you walk to the helipad and call for a company cab. It arrives and opens like rising door. You sit in and it asks for a destination. You can pinpoint the location of the gun easily, like just anywhere.
Yeah.
You know the building it is in from here.
Yeah. So literally outside that building, park, or on top of it if they've got a parking situation on the roof. Just put it in.
Certainly. Thank you. Flying to your destination. And the door closes and it almost feels like the car isn't moving, but judging from the views, you are flying from the corporate areas of the end of the line drawn in the map that is known as Dawn City to the middle areas. And first the glass changes to metal, the metal changes to concrete, and the concrete then changes to whatever brickwork that comes, and just before the city completely disappears into this area of interrupted construction, there is a place with few taller buildings that serve as a stationing point for the people who are working or were working on the next section of the city. And now they just stand tall as these monoliths standing out of the sand and like the desert around you. The car lands next to the building. It's the northernmost of the two buildings, and in front of door number 7. It's one of the entrances. The building blocks out the sun. It's a slab. It's just a brutal piece of concrete that is there, reminding of the whole absurdity of this situation that is the city. There's a lot of people here. The fact that you arrive by car means that you draw a lot of attention. Everyone is either looking at you or looking away from you. The people here aren't really that rich. It's clear that a lot of the folk here don't even have wires. They are sort of naturals. And corporates like you are viewed with suspicion and also a bit of like, maybe this is their chance to finally get some work or something. No one approaches you, but everyone is looking at you.
So, remind me again, was this the guy that was thrown out the...
Yes, this was the guy who was thrown out of a flying car and apparently
Because he
survived.
pulled a gun on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulled the gun on.
Star.
How on earth
Yeah.
did his gun not get repossessed right there, or did he? Is this some other random gun he had
It's
flying
the
around?
same gun.
Considering the situation,
The same gun.
damn, that's some. That sounds almost like breach of protocol or whatever. Like that's almost absurd.
Yep.
Oh, internal threat. Could be linked.
Mm-hmm.
Your analysis indicates that he is on the 6th floor. So some stairways.
The gun is on the 6th floor.
The gun is on the 6th floor.
It's obviously, the gun, he is on the 6th floor.
Yeah.
Requiem would tap the location towards Bravo and be like, well, you're the talker. Pico.
Yeah,
All right.
You get all of you get pinpointed in your field of vision the place where approximately Requiem is pinpointing the gun. Bravo, you are actually seeing this is the location of the gun, and then in your vision there is this red silhouette of a gun there.
We'll obviously go with him, but I'm guessing Bravo will be the person who's like...
Yeah. By the way,
hand it over.
Does Line City have something like a police force, or is everything segmented security forces for its
they're
considering he might have almost made a crime, it's in some other place he could have been put away almost. So it's like, how did this situation get like this?
There is a public police force, which is basically there for crimes that do not involve the corporations. And then there are corporate security, which has jurisdiction over corporate matters. So basically, you outrank the cops in this particular matter because you're investigating a corporate crime, which, yeah.
Okay. Right.
You can always say this is a corporate matter, and the local cops have to back down if it's a corporate matter. And you make it a corporate matter by saying it's a corporate matter.
Right. The logs that he was discharged. How did that turn out? Like, then this situation kind of makes even less sense. Like he wasn't handed over to the cops or anything. So it was like he was just.
He was fired.
Oops.
He was fired. His implants were removed, and he was let go.
That's pretty mild.
Extremely mild. Not something that
mild.
Well, basically, if he hadn't had spare parts, like if he hadn't had implants ready, it would have been a lot more severe because he would have lacked several internal organs. But he had prepared, so it was like possible for him to actually quit his job. Unlike probably all of you who would have serious issues if corporation just cancelled your subscription of your cyberware.
Yeah. Oh, so it's weirdly how well he had backup plans and things.
Yeah, he had prepared. It's clear that he had prepared.
Yeah. So yeah, the smoking gun. I'm thinking, should we do this like good corpo, bad corpo kind of play?
Can I be the corpo that stands in the corner and doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
So you're the face. But like, give us some details. What do you think? How are we going to tackle this?
Well, first off, he looks around at the we considering we had some eyes on us and crowd a bit. He just gives some sign, like throws a sign being like, yeah, we don't have any jobs at now. Like, this don't bother us with stuff.
Yeah,
there is no hope.
Yeah, most of the people ignore you at that point. They're just like, okay, you're not here for us. And then there's the few who still eye you suspiciously because, like, you are corpos and this is the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a few floors up.
So yeah, no, but are you able to like go in, do adjust your spine or something, or do like get the vibes of being like a twitchy kind of guy? So it's like I'm doing the I'm the good corpo and you are the twitchy one.
So you want me to be a twitchy Michael Starr?
No, just twitchy yourself.
Twitchy myself, but the well, yeah. But if we run into the wrong people, they're gonna know who I am.
one important question is:
I mean, Michael.
does Nova look like Nova, or does Nova look like Mikael Starr at the moment? This is important for me.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't
Yeah,
make
that
sense
was
for
my
him to be
question.
Michael Starr. That's why I asked him to change like earlier.
It would or wouldn't make sense.
It would not make
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
to take. Like we're
Exactly.
listing the guy
yeah.
who tried to shoot you. That Michael Starr wouldn't do that.
Yeah. In that case, I'm going to say that Nova is going to either Nova is going to look like himself, and feel like himself. He only has the like Mikael Starr super routine in his spine at the moment. So
yeah, the problem was that the guy who I kicked out of the car is gonna run into him. He's gonna know
right.
me.
Oh right,
So-
I forgot this wasn't the conflict.
So like if I take on a role, then that's-
Okay, yeah, this kind of I didn't think. Yeah, I kind of forgot it was you who did that because
while these two are
he
talking,
said it in another way, and it was like, oh right,
While these two are talking, Requiem, you see the door of the door number 7 open, and out walks first one like mass of industrial cybernetics, a big burly guy with like clearly either for heavy lifting or maybe even combat cybernetics. And following him is 8. And yeah. 8, the aid.
Aid. Okay.
8 is his number, or was his
I
number.
forgot
Yeah, 8
I
or
forgot.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I definitely do this. Like, look.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and yeah, after 8 walks out another clearly mercenary type. Like has the same vibe as Nova. That's sort of like very wired somehow. He looks directly at you 3. The 2 others didn't look at you. They just walked like to another direction. But this mercenary type looks straight at you. And that's a good place for us to stop today.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, thank you, everyone. And I hope we see you in a couple of weeks. Let's see. Where's my ending screen? There. Bye.